Hey friends, it's me and Sammy, the Ebony Otaku, a the well-rounded nerd. I am so stinking happy because I have done some upgrading to the carrying of cases, mostly for Warhammer, but also for my Warhammer Magic the Gathering Universes Beyond decks. 'Tis an auspicious day, I tell you. I can't wait. You can't wait. Let's get into it. So if you remember a while back, which you probably don't because like most of our viewers are subscribers except for like a handful, and for you loyals, you know who you are. I see you. Thank you for your awesomeness. But I had purchased at our local hobby store that we go to all the time. There was a maker of boxes, and they had magic card boxes, and I really love them. I got one for myself and one for my sister-in-law who plays magic. Her favorite color is purple, so I gave her the purple one. I got me this one. They did not have one in my favorite color, and I've been waiting for months and months and months to get one. I was like, when are they going to make a pink one? And I didn't see another one ever show up. But check it out. Look, 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 look. This is why I love it so much. Are you ready? You see that? Is that not delightful? It's the little things. I mean, just, oh. And this is a commander deck, so there's 100 cards double sleeved in here. I know. And then, of course, being the extra person that I am, this is where, you know, the matching dice will go. I have not decided what dice are going to match this. In this deck, I believe this is Greyfax. It is. This is my Inquisitor Greyfax. This is my Inquisitor deck for Commander. And this particular deck was given to me as a Christmas present when my husband and I were still dating. He and his son got me these. So my now stepson, then boyfriend's son at the time. So they got a place of honor, and I've still not picked dice to match them, but I will. I like using dice as counters. I know that they come with counters and stuff, but I'm that way. But I wanted another one, so I've got, as you can see, like down there in the corner, those are my boulders, and then like right up above are like magic cards that I've not dealt with yet, because I'm still in the process of building my Lord of the Rings deck. I just haven't had time. Work got crazy, which is good. It's good to have lots of work to do. I am not complaining if anyone from my job sees me. So, but you know, filming is not my job. Job comes first. So, it's so funny because my stepson's always asking, you want to play Magic? You want to play video games? I'm like, sir, adulthood, of which you are now one. We work. That's how these bills get paid. That's what pays for the BS, okay? So, yeah, work comes first. Anywho, but they also got me, so the next Christmas we spent together, my husband and I were married, my husband got me the set of 4. Yes, all 4 of the Universes Beyond Warhammer decks. So I've got a second Greyfax deck now, but I've also got the Tyranids. I've got the Necrons. I have the Chaos deck with that commander, Abaddon the Despoiler. Yeah, so I've got all those. So I needed another box, because I wanted another box for my Abaddon deck specifically. The Abaddon deck and the Necron deck are my favorite ones to play with. I know, she's no loyalist. I like the Imperial Army deck. It's cool enough. But I really love the Necrons and the artifacts. Like, it doesn't matter how many times you cast them out, they are coming back, and I love it. And I've just gotten used to the Abaddon deck now because I play with it so much. But I'm also building the Lord of the Rings deck, Universes Beyond. I tell you, if they want, I said it before, I'll say it again. You want to get people into your property, these crossovers are the way to do it. And then also the Bloomborough that came out. I've never really been into like the magic stuff on its own. Boy, they got us with Bloomborough. It's so darn cute. They got us with the Bloomborough. So I'm building a Bloomborough commander deck as well. And I found a new friend at the hobby store to possibly magic with. I don't magic outside of the house, and she doesn't either. She was like, because people are mean. I was like, yeah, I know. So we were like, can we play magic and not be mean? And she was like, yes. And I was like, yes, okay. So I might have a new magic buddy. We'll see. But incidentally, it was her husband who made these. So when I first got this one, And the other one, the purple, I was just jonesing for a pink one because it's the color that I love the most. My Hello Kitty blanket hanging off of my office chair right here, pink. I'm gonna shove that out of the frame. But I was looking and looking, and when they did the Midsummer Market that I kept calling an anime convention, and it wasn't. I didn't know what it was called. I forgot what it was called. Okay, so fun dumb story about me. So I rename stuff if I don't know the name or if I just decide another name's better. And somehow I've married a man who just goes along with it. Like there is a restaurant that we love to go to that I have just renamed Main Street that. Yeah, that's not its name. I've just renamed it that. I'll rename people. Like, it's kind of dumb. Why? I don't know. I just decided that another name's better. And I call it that. And we know what each other's talking about, so it's not like it's a problem. But yeah, so it was called Midsummer Market. It was not an anime convention because I'm that way. But this here... So when I was wandering the market, I ran across a familiar sight, and I saw more that looked like this one, darker color, darker stain, and I was like, oh, I've seen boxes like that at the hobby store. And the folks running it were like, yeah, because he made them. He being the husband of the lady I'm probably going to end up playing Magic with. We were actually at the shop last night together. She usually paints because she's not much of a war gamer, but she does play the Magic and she does paint. So I was like, girl, why don't you brush and banter with us? But she was painted out. But I think next time we're going to Magic. It'll be a good time. But I got to talk to them. I was like, so y'all are the creators of this? Why isn't there a pink one? And they're like, well, it's hard to find a pink stain. Could you send us the shade you want? I was like, yes. So I ordered this immediately. So now I have a beautiful pink Commander Caddy. And I'm going to I think I've already picked out the dice I want in here, but she's going to have to find them for a lesser price. Because where I've seen them, they are like $60, and I know I can probably get them for $20. So, but I do... love this box. Support local artists, y'all. This is what they mean by support local artists, okay? This, I will tell you what I paid for it. This little custom job here, this was $60. Yes, it was. I do not care because it was 100% worth it. It's just the attention to detail. It's very creative, very crafty. I love it. Handmade, delivered to me, exactly the color that I would want it to be. So that was great, but y'all, there was more. It did not stop at Magic boxes. So I built this beast, I don't know, 6 months ago maybe? Time is escaping me. Time is now passing, the motors are calling for you and for me. It's a hymn that I just butchered. But yeah, so I built this. It's an acrylic case and I love it because you can see the work in my camera. But you can see the work. That's what I love about it. But I feel like I'm weighing it down more than it's supposed to be because I don't just have my dudes in here. I also have my tank and my Aeronautica bag in here. So it's that chunky boy. And I am building my Titan right now, my Warhound. By the time this comes out, the Warhound will probably be finished. And I'll be on to some Salamanders and Ultramarines. Because a friend of mine who lives in another city, we will actually be in the same city in a couple weeks, and I'm going to make sure we both have an army to play with. But I like it, but it wasn't a good long-term transferring solution. It's great for display, and it's a solid case. I got it on the Amazonia. It was not, I think I paid like $60, $70 for it, and I had to put it together myself. It was way more screws than I thought it would be. My God, that was fun to build. But they didn't just make boxes. You know what else he made? Now that's a carrying case. I gotta back up. Yeah. Okay, I can't back up that much. But check it out. Wah. I know, right? Are you ready for the other side? Boom, 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 boom. Wah! So this is, what is this, 18 inches tall? 2 feet tall. I don't know. But it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 slots in it. So I think it's 18 inches tall. But I got the side of the Aquila burned on one side and the Eye of Horus burned on one side. It's got a beautifully sturdy handle. I love it so much. And it's pink, because when I beat you soundly in the game of war, you're gonna know it was a girl that did it. That's how I feel. But also, I love this. Check it out. So, to open it, slide the plexiglass out. Now, these are just baking trays, so I can get as many as I want. I will probably end up ordering another one from this gentleman. But this is a carry case. I like not only that it feels sturdy and my figures are protected. It's got that customizable levels. But you can see them. That was like my biggest complaint with a lot of the other cases that were available. Like, I did a lot of work. I want to see my work. Is that too much to ask? So, this will now be my gaming carry case. You know, everything doesn't have to be a thing. You know, so what I'm going to do now is open up my other case. And I've got all my lovely, lovely Marines to transfer. And I actually have a chunk of them that need to be shellacked. I have not put their clear coat on yet. My Emperor's Children. Now that I've said that, I'll probably do that this weekend. I do like to shellac them, but they've not been out of the case, so I haven't thought about it. Let's just admire the boys one more time. Oh my God, aren't they beautiful? I wish the lighting would stop going dark on me. But yeah. Oh yeah, she can paint. Look at that Praetor. I simply cannot wait. I have 4... oh my God, look at this. Look how much more space I have for storage. So this is... Okay, anyhow, y'all don't even understand. So let me move these while I talk. But I actually have the Primarchs for the 4 legions that I love. So if you're new to my channel, the legions that I am obsessed with are, first and foremost, the Bears of the Wood, which I also have those here. Yes, she uses a pink tape measure. I have the official G-Dubs measurers, because I'm that way. But we have a signature color. But this is my kill team. And they are 40k word bearers. I know, right? She can paint. Have still not decided to do the bases yet. I like the black bases. I paint bases. I just never do them on my Warhammer characters. I don't know why. I just like them this way. I know a lot of tournaments. I'm going to a tournament in October. And they like put on the thing like basing preferred. And I'm like, Chris, if you're watching this. I'm joking. Mildly. But, you know, with all the armies, well, back to the armies. So I've got 4 armies. So the first one are Wood Bears. We bear the word, but chaos. Lorgar's not wrong. That's my hill upon which my beautiful corpse shall be laid. Okay, that's my hill. Ooh, one of my little Praetor things fell off and I need to replace it. Doing 2 things at once and it shows. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put all of my Emperor's Children on this one. But I've got my Bearers of the Word and I'm building, since that's a kill team, I decided to do my Warhound Titan as a Word Bearers Titan because I'll end up printing another one and painting it, so I'm not worried about it. But then I also, my husband has printed me a Lorgar. Between Lorgar, the Titan, and that 10 points to kill team, I mean, that's a 2,000 point army. Titans are worth a lot. What can I say? Back in the day, if you brought a monolith and you were playing Necrons, I mean, that was the whole damn game. Right there. Because them Necrons were... Did I shellac these? I don't even remember. Okay, I'll put them all on one because I can't even remember if I shellacked the purple boys. But then the next legion that I love the most is going to be the Emperor's Children. Like, look, y'all. Fulgrim is just out there living his best life. You can't hate Fulgrim. I mean, you can, but you can't hate Fulgrim. Fulgrim is just out there doing what Fulgrim does. You know, Fulgrim just, you know, wanted to be beautiful. He just wanted perfection. That's all Fulgrim wanted. Fulgrim was ashamed that no matter how hard he worked, his boys weren't ever going to be the same level of perfection as the rest of the legions. So I can kind of understand his woes and his ills and his ilk that he might have towards the emperor and his other servants. But you know, I gets behind the Fulgrim. They're just so they're so outrageous. I think that's why I like them. Like for Halloween, I'm doing a lot of reading out of Fulgrim and Fabius, and you know, just the most terrible stories, Angel Exterminatus, because they're Halloween appropriate. If you've read any of those novels, but you know, there's just something about being just okay with your excess. I mean, I mean, in real life, I'm kind of a prude, not gonna lie. You know, so I admire people who can just be like, ah, all the time, which I'm sure there's somebody who thinks that about me, because, you know, I'm never not coloring my hair. I basically dress like a cartoon character every day. And I don't mean like a costume, although that's not out of the question. I mean, I just, you know, I look like I came out of a cartoon. You know, so to someone else, I am the most. Oh, look at them. We must get these sealed post haste. They've been in the case. I haven't thought about it. But yeah, I respect them. I respect Fulgrim and what he's got going on, because Fulgrim's just out having a good time. That, you know what? He's just out having a good time. I want to be the Angel Exterminatus. Yeah, get your bag, Fulgrim. You go be the best Angel Exterminatus that you can be. But I do have a Praetor, and I have a Fulgrim sitting on my paint desk right now, waiting to be primed, put together, and painted. And he's actually, my husband's printing 2 of them for me, so I've got him as the Angel Exterminatus, and he's printing me Fulgrim in his armor. But then there are 2 other legions that I love, you know, besides the Bears of the Word, and you know, my Chaos Emperor's Children. Those are my Chaos Legions that I love. The Loyalist Legions that I'm into are Salamanders and Ultramarines. So those are my next 2 armies. So now that I've got Bears of the Word, Emperor's Children, it's time for some Ultramarines and some Salamanders. My Salamanders are actually going to come out of this box right here. Oh, no, that's not the box. That box is in the painting room. So these are from the 30K Horus Heresy box. The other half of that is going to be Salamanders. My husband mistakenly eBayed some figures that he thought were going to be 40K, and they weren't. They were 30K, so now they're mine, and they're going to be Ultramarines. And I actually bought the 40K Robute model, and my husband is printing me a Vulcan, so I'll have the Primarch for all of my armies. So then the next plan is a Titan for each of my armies. But I also have Titanicus back there. And another Titan. And Legionis Imperialis, which comes with 2 Titans. So, but that's for Imperialis and for 30K. So each legion over time, over the next couple of years, I'll end up with a Warhound or Warlord each for my 4 main legions. Those are the legions I will paint. There's not another. I mean, I love me some Gorgon. I love the Pharismanus, but I love the Salamanders more. So these guys. Oh, by the name, the name of this army. Are you ready for it? We call them the Pink Party Boys. Yee, they're great. No, those are purple, but they're also the Pink Party Boys. And my Imperialis, I'm also going to do those because Imperialis are tiny. We're going to call them, I'm going to paint them, my half is Emperor's Children still, and they're going to call them the Party Favors. So that's just how we live. So these are going in. I'm glad I got them all on one tray, because I can just take them out and put them back. I have that AK satin, and I think that's what I'm going to use on these because I love having a shine. It's the Emperor's Children. We must shine. We must be out loud proud of our look, because even though we are sworn to Slanesh, we're gonna look good while we do it. That's why I love them. And even, like, check out my Terminators. The purple I was able to get on them, oh, that took work. So we're gonna slide them in to the second row, and it just fits perfectly. That was another thing about my acrylic case. Sometimes it didn't feel like, because it's all screwed together, that I was getting the trays slotted in perfectly, and I was worried about breaking the top off of something. And if I ever broke one of these, I would die. Okay. But the next ones to transfer are going to be these guys. These are, you know, I think I'll keep these trays for when I need to spray them. But these guys have already been shellacked and everything. But these are all wood bearers. They bear the wood. Bear the wood. So we're going to throw them down. And again, it's 10 of them because it's a kill team. There is a chance in the future I'll do more word bearers. I haven't decided yet. But because they're getting a Primarch and a Titan, I'm not sure the army needs to be bigger. Because one thing I haven't invested much time in is vehicles. I only have one vehicle, technically. And that's my Spartan tank that came out of the 30K box. And I'm just showing off right now. You know, one of the vehicles are tedious to build. Not that Titan's not wearing me out. The Titan's trying to do me in. He's one of my favorites. The Titan's trying to end me. It feels personal at this point. I know, right? Look at that detail on the face. She paints, y'all. She paints. When she gets into a hobby, she is all in. I really love this one as well. Yeah, I know, right? They're just... You know what? When you do good work, show it off, okay? I love going to the store and seeing other people's good works. But yeah, look at him. I know, so much fun. So, all of those are down. This is how I measure. But I don't really dabble much in the vehicles. I have one vehicle in here. And it's not even technically complete because I have a whole bunch of bits and bobs that should still go on it. Like, I haven't decided all the guns yet. There's so many guns that this thing can have. But it's a Spartan tank. I know you're like, what legion is this for? Any of them. I made this neutral on purpose to have it with any of my legions. And I built it. I think I break something in every video. We will, I am cursed. But yeah, so you carries your troops in, they come out. Not really because it's too big, but yeah, troop carrier. And then you put your troops on. Yeah, it's a good time. But I have not fully decided or committed to certain things. Like I want to put up here, because this is not fully attached, the Marine topper that's got the Marine with the gun. And then there's like other guns I want to attach to this, but I made this neutral on purpose. I did a great job on the wheels, I think. I kind of screwed up on the guns, not gonna lie. There are pieces missing because I dropped them and couldn't find them. But other than that, it looks great. But what I will probably do in the future, when I say future, I mean like next year, like the middle of next year, because I'm realistic about my paint schedule. I'm not out here saying I'm going to finish stuff in a month. I know how long it takes me with my other responsibilities. What I think I'm going to do is get another Spartan tank, one or two, for the legions, specifically for 30K. So this guy can run around, but like what I do with the Titans, if I'm going to have a Titan for each army, I'm probably going to do a tank specific to each army. But this is my first time doing a vehicle. I learned a lot. Some expensive mistakes were made. I'm not going to lie, but that's part of it. Like, I would love to be that perfect builder who always gets it 100% right. Like I put the guns on upside down the first time. I was tired. I was doing it at like 3 in the morning. Why? I don't know. But that's when it happened. So the guns went on upside down. So and they had already been glued. So I had to them off, shave down the glue. And that's why a couple of pieces are missing. Because in order to get them off, I had to sacrifice pieces. And then they fell on the floor. It was a mess. So this is the best I could do. But I'm still happy with it. And I was also trying out techniques on this. Like, my husband's really good at painting, like, scenery and vehicles, and he can do them really quick. So I was trying some of the ways he paints to see if I could do better faster, but I didn't want to sacrifice, like, my unit paints for that, because G-Dub's paint is not cheap. So, yeah. Like, now that I'm even looking at it, I don't even think my treads are on completely evenly. I can't tell. I don't think they are. But I do like what I did with the sand and the technical mud on the treads. I like that it's ambiguous because then I can use it for any other army. And if I wanted to, I could always repaint it. But chances are I'm going to paint another one at some point. But the good thing is, because this is so big, I now have space for both of these to live on the tray. No, I don't. Sure don't. Nope, 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 nope. It's going on its own row. Nope, nope. That would be a mistake. So we're going to slide this in. Glad I looked at that. I actually think I'm going to end up with more practical storage space in this one, because of the way he spaced it out. And I'll hold it up here in just a second. But I'm also holding on. Oh, this isn't even mine. This is my husband's. So my husband has this bone army of orcs, and one of his arms has come off. Where's his arm? Uh-oh, we are missing an arm. Well, anyway, but he's got this bone army of orcs. We're going to have to print him out another arm, apparently. But I find these to be just the most adorable. It's kind of living in my case to be protected right now until he fixes it. But I call this one Bone Daddy. This Bone Daddy. Ain't he great? Riding the big bone orc monster. But he 3D printed these. These were not a purchase. But we're going to go ahead. You know what I might do? I'm going to take this down a level. And slab Bone Daddy right in here. All right, so Bone Daddy's happy. He's safe. I've got magic cards of his in here. When did my little case become the place we drop stuff off? I'm going to put these on his desk. Yeah, there's some magic cards in here that he bought. So we are such a dorky family. So we're going to give the Spartan tank his own row, and I think this will become vehicle row. He's not magneted, but after seeing what I almost just did, he's going to get magnets. So we're going to slide him in. Make sure I get him. Oop, that's not the right row. There we go. Oh, no. She's bad at math. There we go. All right, so that's in there, holding steady. And the last thing that goes in here, and I'm glad I still have room for it. Wow, so I have 3 trays. Right now, I put my Aeronautica in here because when me and my husband go and just have a weekend, I like having multiple armies available to me. So, and games. So I'm going to slide all of this back in the old one. And it's just going to go up on the... Actually, you know what? I'm going to put his in here and put this back in the office. And then my tape measures. Yes, I use pink tape measures. Put those back in here. And then this goes in the bottom. So now, let me hold it up. Bye. This is what I got. So I am super happy with this. That was almost a tragedy. We're gonna slide the plexiglass back in. Okay, so let's protect them. Let's protect them from me. So I'm super happy with this. Take 2. Yeah, we're leaving that in. But that's fantastic. You can see them; they're well protected. But do you think that a wife such as me, who is living her best nerdy life with her husband, would just purchase one for herself? Do y'all think I'm that kind of girl? My husband's very hard to purchase for. We kind of both are, but mostly because we're fully functioning adults with good jobs and can buy whatever we want. But I finally was able to get him something I know he wants. I got him one orc themed, and it says "Wah" on the side. Yeah, and we got the orc and grot emblazoned on the sides. Oh my god, it's heavy. It's kind of great, all right? So that's for him. Now, what did I pay for these? I don't always say what I pay for stuff. Each of these boxes was $160. Again, made by the same gentleman who did these. So when you got to remember, when you're working with local artists and small artists who are doing small batches, you're paying for their time. It's not just the materials. You're paying for their time, the investment into their tools, all of that. I mean, as someone who works for a large corporation, I definitely understand what return on investment means. So when people are doing these crafts, you know, part of the cost they're recouping are the tools that they have, the paint, the supplies, the skill of being able to do it. My husband could probably build one of these, no problem. But we're still building his workshop, so it'll be a while before he can do projects like this again. And his army's just out of control. It needed storage. I'm a good wife. But when you're supporting local artists, just remember, you're not just paying for a product. This wasn't, you know, produced in a factory millions at one time. Not that that stuff doesn't have value, but the value is different. These were customized specifically to us. I got to pick this shade of pink and exactly what I wanted this to look like. I got to help design this box, what I wanted on the sides. And that's why it has the Aquila and the Eye of Horus on it. Like, you gotta keep that in mind. Now, do all people produce the same quality of work? No. But I got to see that work, and I had already purchased his work. And I was like, yeah, you make that too? Okay. That's the barcode from when it was at the store. I need to take that off. But I'm very happy with these. They're very well built, very sturdy. They look really good. I'm excited to start using them. And then this will eventually be a Titan carrier, is what its future holds. So that was a lot of fun for me. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to go put some things away because I have strewn stuff all about now, and I have to go put them back. But as always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.